comes, right? Because it can't be.
How you make it sound good.
Yeah.
Sparky.
And personable at the same time. That's right. Wow, there's a lot going on. So tell me your average day. How do you actually plan out your day or a week, or do you even plan out, or how does it go?
I'm not a planner.
Okay.
I talked recently with my friend in America, and he was telling me what they were going through to plan their 2-day vacation. They spent 2 weeks planning a 2-day vacation, and I was like, my God, man, I would not plan. I would, maybe have a hotel. And then I would show up and see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my style. So, and the same goes for each of my days. I don't generally plan unless I have an appointment with somebody. I get up, maybe have some breakfast and go to the coffee shop if I have time to go to the coffee shop and just start working on projects and maybe writing a bit, maybe dealing with old things or advertising for my books,
Wow. So you're in all areas, not just being creative, but you're not only just a writer, but you're also being a business entrepreneur. There's a lot of roles that's going on. If I ask you, Peter, what do you do? How do you answer this?
I say simply, I'm just a writer.
Okay, that makes it easy.
No, that's the sum total. It may not be the sum total, but it's the essence of what I am and or who I feel I am and what I want to do. I do the other things because I have to make money so that I can be a writer.
Right. What kind of writing do you want to eventually do? Like if you had a choice, what is the one area you want to just do?
Oh, poetry, of course.
Really?
Sit at a cafe, grow a beard, write some poetry. Or I think one of the most fervent times in my life was on a beach on the south side of Crete. I actually slept on the beach for a month. And every day I would go swimming and then sit at a cafe in the afternoon when it was too hot and write poems. And, that's something that you really need time for. Yeah. And it's not very lucrative.
But it's definitely something, what can I say? It's something good for you and your soul. Now, do you take the poetry? Because I know some poets want to just write just because they just want to write it. They don't really want to publish it. Would you want to publish all your, poetry?
Of course. I mean, I want people to read it. It's not that I want to make money as a poet. It's that I want to express these things and have other people have a chance to see them and see a different way of expressing themselves. Yeah. So I put my poems up on a blog for free.
Oh, really? Yeah. Now, do you have any of your poems memorized?
Tons.
Or a little bit?
You want to hear one?
Yeah, I'd love to hear one. So please let our viewers hear one of your created poems.
Okay. This one's a bit long, but it's called, oh wow, I haven't done this in a while. It's called The Word. A man in transcendental clothes accosted me in the street. He asked me for a moment's length to beg a word and busk a poem's length. A simple request, straightforward and true. He'd write his best and I'd give him his due. But at words cost, my mind went blank. My patience was lost. My heart sank. I raced in mind's heat amid frozen breath, tugged at scruff and fought with death. I thought of past conversations and percussions of words art, and worlds apart. Then at last vibrations and percussions of words art began stilted then spewing. Night blast, blight cast, silver quiet quiver diet, love lewd, fantasy food. On and on those words did flow and visions passed and time to go as they spattered and sputtered till the sidewalk was cluttered. But one word was left, and as is my fashion, from my heart it was cleft, and over in my passion I shouted, chocolate! 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 His poem came but moments later, by Danube made with word to cater. Liquid, solid, powder, it don't matter, just the sound of chocolate will make my heart patter. You say milk and I say chocolate. You say milk and I say chocolate. I love you dearly, yes it's true, but the color of chocolate is my passion's hue. You say milk and I say chocolate. You say milk and I say chocolate. His poem was simple, fresh, and couth, but his English was not so good in truth. He read it to me and it made me laugh. I gave him 5 shillings and crossed his path.
Wow.
Bit of a long one, yeah?
And Peter, you memorized this?
Oh, yeah, well,
And the way,
sometimes,
yeah, I almost thought, you know, I'm this man and talking with you at this table. No, this is incredible. This is something that I haven't seen Peter aside. I've only seen you on the business side as a copyright, you know, writing books, and this is a whole new part of you that I didn't even know.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to write a poem for the Han River Renaissance.
Oh,
and you know, won some little
Yeah.
award and had to give a reading on the on a cruise on the Han River.
Okay.
With a bunch of other poets. And that poem was at least 5 minutes long. So
Wow.
yeah, that was really fun too.
This is great that you can actually memorize it to recite your poem. Yeah, I'd like to see more of your work. Wow, this is going in a whole different, you know, forget the cue cards, let's go, you know. Yeah, this is fabulous. And now, do you have these poems also translated into different language, or do you just keep them in its still form?
Very few. I mean, like the Teddy's Daybook,
Yeah.
I've translated into several languages to make it more accessible for people. But poetry is something that, especially with the importance of rhythm and rhyme, it's very difficult to
Yeah.
get it across. Now, I've attempted this with some Korean poetry. I translated the collective works of a North Korean poet called Baeksuk.
Oh.
He's a Wolbuk Chaka, but haven't. It'll be published maybe later this year. But I don't know how close I've come to recreating kind of that beauty that he created in the original Korean. But it's a nice thing to attempt. It's an interesting thing to attempt.
Wow, that's fabulous. I'm wondering if some of this poetry that you do, it can be definitely put into a song. I mean, for a while, in the middle part, I was thinking, God, this could be a rap song, you know, right there, you know.
Do you know the singer Rose, I think Rose Lee? She's a kind of operetta singer.
Okay. Here in Korea?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
And she asked me to actually help translate a couple of Korean folk songs.
Oh, I think, is it Rose? Yeah, Rosalind? Yeah, she sings Korean folk, or Korean classic songs in English.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
I worked on that with her. So I got to translate one of those, and she performed it. Songs. It's a very particular genre.
Yeah.
That maybe I'm not so used to, but it was fun
Wow.
trying to match the song lyrics with the tempo.
How often can you actually do your poetry writing?